It's good to see so many of you here so early, but of course, leave it to the AdOps community to be on time because, as we know, everything starts on time and on schedule. No need to turn off your BlackBerries or iPhones. We all know that something is going to go wrong with at least one of your campaigns today, so we don't expect that. But please keep it at vibrate. We don't want to know that you set your ringtone to Darth Vader's theme song. That's not something any of us want to know. I would suggest, however, that you put your I can't deal with discrepancies today notice on, because we have a lot of good stuff today. I think that's the reason you're here today. Hopefully it's not because you want to get out of a day of work. And today, one of the reasons I'm here today is for a little bit of therapy. I'm here for a little bit of closure. My shrink says I need some closure on some issues, especially discrepancies. I've been working on them since I really joined the IAB about 4 years ago. And I just want to make it clear and give credit where credit's due. The AdOps Council and a lot of these ideas really didn't come from me. It was just my job to hear them and help them out. But Adrian and Dan, who have already gotten up, it was their idea to start this AdOps Council thing, to start all of this. About 3 years ago now, and it's been my privilege to be a part of all that. So about 3 or 4 years ago, you know, my primary focus has been on discrepancies ever since then. The IAB's Industry Services Group and the IAB AdOps Council has been working to create a vaccination to these things for a long time. And I think today, after 1 billion hours of meetings and volunteer time, we're finally going to see some of the first tangible results for a lot of these things. So we have a lot of good things to go. Last year at this event, I gave a presentation entitled The War on Discrepancies. We went over the 3 main focuses that we had to hopefully work out and help on this discrepancy issue. We started on research. We needed to learn why discrepancies were happening. They were happening all the time. We really didn't know why. And what we found was that certified ad servers, for the majority of our companies, we have certified ad servers, whether they're hosted or in-house. They were working correctly. They were really pumping out similar numbers, whether they're agency side or publisher side. And because of that, we figured, well, it must be something other than the technology. So we started looking at process. Second big focus was process improvement. And if you're not running your company with the IAB's Interactive Advertising Workflow Best Practices document, it's a handbook, it's a manager's handbook. If you don't have that, if you haven't looked at it, if you haven't implemented those best practices, you haven't really inoculated yourself on a lot of the reasons why discrepancies are happening in the large numbers. And I think as we've talked to agencies and publishers, I think there is a little bit of a feeling by some of the folks that discrepancies are a bit less of a problem, but we still know we have a lot of work to do. And because of that, today you're going to see a couple of things on system integration. That was our third big effort. And a year ago, almost to the day, I presented a timeline that showed 1 year from now that we would have some progress in implementing some system integration solutions like e-business and the impression exchange. So I'm very happy that as sort of a project manager that we've hit those dates, and today you're going to see some things on that. Without systems integration, we're never going to move into a future that's filled with all these wonderful things like flying cars and high-speed rail service from Los Angeles to Sacramento, those types of things. We're never going to have any of that stuff without systems integration and AdOps, I promise you. So today, we're going to see some wondrous things, lots of wondrous things. But for me, personally, it is going to be the impression exchange and e-business stuff that I feel is the closest to my heart. On top of that, we've got the ad load performance scoring, which I think is going to be really interesting. We'll be able to figure out whether we can add some grading to our creative Q&A that'll help everybody's business, both the agency side and the publisher side. We're going to have the agency's perspective on ad units and the all-important data discussion today. I think we've got people like John Montgomery coming in to tell us how they're looking at data. I've been involved in the T's and C's renegotiation, and data usage has taken by far the largest amount of our time. So we have a ton of other things today for your viewing interactive pleasure, so let's get to it.